If you will, please comment below that statement. Commitment is the key to progress. In fact, it's the key to your progress, the key to your success. It's the key to you leveling up and achieving that goal, that vision that you cannot stop thinking about. Commitment is the key. Put this up on here. Bruce is in the building, Oregon. Stand up. Great day to you and the fam. Marie is also tapped into the broadcast, representing Sacramento, California, out there on the West Coast. Bright and early tuning into the broadcast. Glad to have you tapped in. Again, share this out with the people that you do care about. Family, if you would, please. Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, as well as YouTube. I mean, not YouTube, as well as X, formerly known as Twitter. Got those mixed up. But yes, commitment is the key to your progress. I see him coming in. Let me highlight a few quotes, family, to kind of set the stage for this conversation. Here's one quote. Unless commitment is made, there are only promises and hopes, but no plans. This is by Peter F. Drucker. Another quote. Mental freedom is honoring my commitment and not running from it. Last one I want to highlight is from Tony Robbins. The only limit to your impact is your imagination and your commitment. Again, commitment is the key to us progressing towards our goals and our dreams. If we are going to make anything great or extraordinary happen this week, we have to be committed. We got to be locked in. We got to be dialed in. You got to be tuned in to what you desire. And not only just mentally and emotionally, but actually taking action towards those things that you truly want for your life. We have to be committed. You guys hear me talk about you can never conquer something that you're not committed to, meaning you have to be fully dedicated to what it is that you desire, and you got to back it up with execution and actions, because again, commitment is the key to progress. I want to share with you all and highlight this story that really kind of gives us some perspective as it relates to how we should approach our goals, our visions, and the things that we desire for our life. The story takes place in 1519. There was an individual by the name of Commander Hernando Cortez. And Hernando Cortez was a conqueror, right? This is back in the 1500s, and it sounds crazy now that we're in 2025 that this was an actual profession, right? Like many people would sign up to be doctors and lawyers and, accountants. You got people out there saying, you know what, I want to take over some islands. I want to conquer some land. I want to remove some people from where they live, some inhabitants, and take ownership of what it is that is rightfully theirs, right? But nonetheless, Hernando Cortez was a conqueror, and he had this vision to explore this land that many people had a strong desire to obtain. For over 600 years, this land was occupied by a strong army, and many people wanted this land because there was the richest treasure that will be found on that land. I'm talking about gold, diamonds, artifacts, all types of things that were carrying a lot of value, right? We're all occupying this land, but this army is protecting this island. But Mr. Cortez, he approached this very differently. Again, many people had attempted to conquer this island over the 600 years that this army had controlled it, but every single one of those failed. But Mr. Cortez had a different philosophy. He wanted to make sure he recruited individuals that would be committed to the cause. Everybody comment below, committed to the cause. He wanted to make sure that the army that he developed and put together was going to be dedicated. I'm talking about bona fide commitment, right, to what it is that they were aiming to accomplish in conquering this island. So he began to recruit individuals amongst the town, and he's interviewing these individuals, and he's talking about what their life will look like when they begin to take on this treasure, how their family's life can be different, how generations to come could be set up for success because of the wealth that they develop. So Mr. Cortez puts together this massive army. There's 600 soldiers, 100 sailors, 17 horses, and 11 ships. So they set off the shore from Cuba, going all the way to the Yucatan Peninsula, right near Mexico. And as they're traveling halfway, Commander Cortez realized there's a problem, because many other people, the soldiers, were now complaining that they're taking this venture. And they're like, man, I'm not sure if we should really be going in this direction. I'm not sure if we made the right decision. Can we turn back around? So he's got to motivate them and inspire them and keep them on track. Everybody comment below. Your focus is critical. Your focus is critical. There's going to be excuses that arise. There's going to be distractions that try to rob you of your attention, but you have to remain focused. So finally, they make it to the shore of this island, and many of the soldiers anticipated, hey, we're just going to march and we're going to take on this island and start the fight right now. But Mr. Cortez said, hold on, pause, wait a second, y'all. Let's gather up, and I need us to understand why we are here. So they're having these group discussions. The massive army is watching and listening to Mr. Cortez. He's bringing people up, and everybody's talking about how their life is going to be different as they take on this challenge, as they overcome this challenge and acquire this wealth. So the very next day, he says, listen, this is the day that we're going to take action. This is the day that we're going to attack, and we're going to conquer this island and obtain our treasure. So the very next morning, everybody's waiting in anticipation. They're waiting for Mr. Cortez to step up and give them the command. And most people, all the soldiers, they were looking for that command that in case things kind of got heavy and the fight went downward and they begin to lose, where do we run to retreat so we can get back in safety, right? And get back home and still live our lives. But in this moment, everybody's in anticipation, waiting on what Mr. Cortez is going to say. And he says 3 words that changes everything. He says, in this moment, what I want us to do is burn the ships. Everybody comment below. Burn the ships. And they're looking around and they're like, what's wrong with dude? What do you mean burn the ships? If things tank, where are we going to go? How are we going to leave this island? He says, if we're going to leave this island, we're going to leave in their ships. In other words, family, what Commander Cortez did was he gave them an option. Either you win the battle or you die. You win the battle or it's over for you. And guess what happened? The army fought pretty well. Because of the factors that were now in play, the army now succeeded and did something that no one was able to do for over 600 years. What are you saying, D1? What I'm saying is this, family. When you burn the ships and you make your vision, your purpose, and your goals your only option, and you're fully committed, this is when you're going to start tapping into a part of you that you've yet to activate to give you access to new levels of success. Because for many of us, let's keep it real, we've got some ships that we often retreat to, some ships that we often run to. And it's easy for us to opt out of our commitments. It's easy for us to abandon our goals. It's easy for us to start things and then stop them when they become challenging, when they become intimidating, when they become difficult. And then we go back to what was comfortable. My question to you is, what ships do you need to burn this week? What ships do you need to burn that have been preventing you from gaining access to new levels of success? What ships do you need to burn that have been stunning your growth and preventing you from making progress? Is it excuses within you? Is it fearful and comfortable states that you find yourself perpetuating? Is it limiting beliefs that you continue to operate your life according to? Is it procrastination? Is it laziness? Is it lack of execution? Is you being apprehensive to execute towards your goals? Whatever it is, make the executive decision this week that you're going to burn the ships. And let's keep this in mind. Until you burn the ships of retreat, you're never going to experience extraordinary results. Because think about it for a moment. It's those individuals that don't have a plan B. They have a plan A, and they're fully dedicated to that plan A. These are they that reinvent possibilities. These are they that continue to progress towards success, all because they make up in their mind, I'm going to be committed. I'm going to be committed. I'll wrap it up by saying this. Evaluate your commitment towards your goals. Are you 150% locked in towards what you want? Or do you find yourself again retreating towards those ships when the times become challenging, when the road becomes rough, when your back is up against the wall, when other people are doubting you and others don't believe in you? Do you find it very easy to opt out of your commitments today? Let this be the day that you decide, I'm going to be dialed in and locked in and fully committed. I'm burning the ships. If I'm leaving this island, I'm leaving with what it is that I came for. Somebody needs to hear that message today. I'm leaving with the success that I envision. I'm leaving with the progress that I've been working for. I'm leaving for the better results that I've been sacrificing for. I'm leaving for that greater level of success that I've been yearning for and working for diligently day in and day out. Burn the ships. If you slid into this broadcast and I was unable to give you a shout out, be sure to comment below. And if in fact this is your first time, or maybe it's your first time in a long time, put a number 1 in the chat and then place your first name afterward. Again, number 1 in the chat and then place your first name afterward. I'm hoping that somebody somewhere found some value from this discussion. Yes, Bruce, focus is critical. Committed to the cause, Marie. Absolutely. Burn the ships, Amanda. Michelle's in the building. I needed to hear this. You're so very welcome. Breaking down the walls of comfort, being uncomfortable is a part of my success. I endured suffering that ultimately built my character. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, sir, Bruce. Burn the ships. Family, if you were picking up what I was putting down, put some fist up in the chat below. Let your boy know that it was resonating with you. There we go. For some odd reason, I just lost the screen. There we go. We're back at it. Technology. It's your best friend when it's working, family, but often your worst enemy when it's working against you. There we go. I see the fist coming up. Excellent, excellent. Family, if you did find value, again, please share this out with the people that you do personally care about. Share this out on Facebook. Share it out on Twitter. I keep saying Twitter, but you guys know what I mean. X, however way you want to put it. Share it out on YouTube. Hit the like button if you're watching this on YouTube, by the way. It goes a long way in the algorithm. And then share the link out with those that you are connected to. And also, if we've yet to connect on other platforms, connect with your boy. I'm at #1 Gibson, including Instagram, Facebook. Tap in on LinkedIn as well as YouTube. I keep referencing my YouTube channel, but to get access to it, go to youtube.com/David Gibson. That's where all of my long form content is available. So you can tap into that, my short films, documentary series, and other forms of inspiration that will help you level up your mindset and ultimately your life. Also, for more information on my coaching and speaking services, visit my website at elevationIsAmust.com. And while you're there, tap into the online store where you can purchase books, ebooks, and resources, all designed to help you grow personally, professionally, and master your mindset in an effective way. And many people often ask how they can contribute financially to the mission. You can donate to my Cash App at D1 Gibson. That's $D1 Gibson. Would truly appreciate your support to continue the efforts to encourage and empower leaders like yourself. Well, with that being said, family, let's go ahead and wrap this thing up because you got dreams to catch and success to create. So we each got to get busy being great on this amazing Monday. Again, thank you for tapping into today's broadcast. I'm hoping that you receive some value from this discussion. If you find yourself in a difficult season or a challenging moment, just remember that it's temporary. This too shall pass. So don't make a permanent decision that's based upon a temporary circumstance or feeling in your life. Stay locked in. Like I mentioned today during the conversation, stay committed and keep persisting until you succeed. If nobody else tells you that they love you today, remember your brother from another mother, D1 Gibson, has nothing but love for each and every single one of you. With that being said, let's share the inspiration. I'm talking about be an ambassador for love, an advocate for positivity. Put a smile on your face today and make that smile contagious. That's what it's about, family. As we pursue our goals, as we level up our lives, what's most important is how we treat other people. Lead with kindness. Lead with love. Lead with compassion. You never know what somebody's going through. And something that you say or a gesture that you provide in any given moment can be a game changer to somebody that you come across. So again, let's be the light of the world and the salt of the earth. Spread inspiration, spread love, be the light. Family, I appreciate each and every single one of you tapping into today's broadcast, whether you watch this live or you're catching this on the replay. We shall be back at it next week, family, Monday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But in the meantime, I want you to be effective, be successful, live with some passion, and most importantly, 3 pounds to your chest. 1, 2, 3. Be powerful. I'm your brother D1 Gibson. Have a remarkable Monday and a powerful week. Peace.